Hello, I'm Tom Madden. I'm a resident of Cromwell. Today I'm going to introduce you to Jeremy Shingleton, the Democratic candidate for first selectman. We originally were going to have a debate with the Republican candidate, and but he is not available. So today I'm going to be interviewing Jeremy in an interview format, and you'll get to know Jeremy, the Democratic candidate for first selectman in Cromwell. How you doing, Jeremy?
Doing okay, Tom. Thanks.
Great, great. Jeremy, let's go with what are the top issues that you think is that you view as the top issues for Cromwell today?
Okay. Well, I think taxes are something that's on everybody's mind. Improving the infrastructure, particularly the roads, building new sidewalks. There are a lot of senior issues too. Senior tax abatement program, which just went through. Finding other ways to make it affordable for seniors to stay here in town and provide services that they need. And I think doing more with our parks and recreation and elevating the level of the amenities that we provide to our community. I think environment's important, environmental issues, looking at alternative technology, finding ways to conserve energy and reduce our energy costs and our dependence on foreign oil. Safety of the neighborhood is always a concern, and I think education is also important.
Very good. Little background. Let's go over your background a little bit. Okay. You are currently a vice president of finance at Webster Bank. You've been there for a number of years.
Yep, almost 2 years.
2 years. What kind of function? What's the function of that?
It's a pretty broad function. It encompasses everything from product management, doing business cases for different new product proposals, some investments that we make, doing some capital planning, expense planning, monitoring the rate environment, a lot of finance too, with some of the month-end, quarter-end functions, preparing for the conference calls, our SEC filings, and just monitoring the economic environment to help assist with broad strategic initiatives.
I understood about half of that. You have employees, people that work for you, and a budget. Is that true?
Yeah. It's a small group in finance, not a particularly big group. I've worked in bigger groups in the past. My previous jobs at the Hartford Citigroup, I've had worked in a lot bigger staffing environment. Here, it's more of a closer knit group that provides a lot of oversight and assistance and works in conjunction with a lot of the other departments over the place. So it's something that's outside of the branch network at the corporate level. So we're assisting other departments in various capacities. But yes, I've certainly in the past I've worked with and managed people and did my fair share of budgeting.
Very good. And you volunteered to be on the board of finance in Cromwell. Isn't that true? How was that experience?
I'm an alternate, so it's something that I was appointed to. So, it was something that really interested me. I had the background in finance. I really wanted to take on a more active role within the community, and I think it was a real eye-opening experience because coming from the corporate environment,
right,
where every single cent is scrutinized, and going to an environment, where it's a very bureaucratic environment,
right.
Certainly not the same level of efficiencies because you don't have that accountability of shareholders, and it's not profit-driven.
Right.
There's a lot of waste, and
right.
my first reaction was just that of frustration at seeing how the whole process works and the waste that's involved.
Right.
So it was a real eye-opening experience, but it's one that's motivated me to do more. So in that sense, it's been a very positive experience.
Well, you definitely have the skill set for that function. That's definitely good. And why don't you talk a little bit about the Clean Energy Task Force? That's really interesting. You and I brought to my attention about that you can actually purchase the
clean energy option. It's through CL&P.
Right.
That was definitely that's probably the focus of what our group's done because it's a way to let me back it up a step. Yeah, about a year ago, a small group of us got together and started talking about things that we could do within the community to help promote clean energy options, and that was something that we identified. With CL&P, they have a clean energy option that allows you, it's a small incremental charge. It's about, I think, a penny and a half a kilowatt hour. And what that allows you to do is rather than purchasing your energy from unclean sources, you know, a lot of burning
Coal.
Coal burning, fossil fuel driven.
Okay.
You could go and get it from clean sources. There are a couple of providers, and they'll sell to CLMP, so they'll buy credits equal to what you're consuming. So you're, you know, neutralizing your carbon footprint with regard to electricity consumption. It's something that anyone could do. It's really simple. Just fill out a form. You'll get a lot of flyer inserts, in fact, with your bills. I don't know if you've noticed that. And the other thing we've been looking at is easy things. It's just promoting some alternative technology. You know, simple things like the compact fluorescent light bulbs. You know,
Right.
something it's,
Right.
you know, they only cost about $1 a piece.
Right.
They use less than a quarter of the electricity as an incandescent bulb, and it lasts
It
5
lasts
to 10
long,
times.
right? It's yeah, fascinating stuff. You had a good booth at the Riverport Festival.
Yeah, that was. We did a solar smoothies. We had a.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
We had a solar panel, and we used the solar panel to charge a battery, and then we had a DC converter so we could run a blender off of the battery, and we used all natural ingredients and used that to make organic smoothies. It was just an interesting way to build awareness of the technology that's out there.
That was an effective display. People were commenting about that. Going back to your running for selectman. Why do you want to run?
Well, getting back to my experience on the Board of Finance, I just saw all the waste that's going on, and I've seen.
It's ghosts. It's Halloween. Go ahead.
Okay, so you know, I see all the waste that's involved, and it's frustrating. You're trying to think what you can do, and at the same time, you know, you have so many other things going on. I'm on the Clean Energy Task Force. I'm on the board of directors at Cromwell Hills, where I live, and plus I have a job that's, you know, not just your typical 9-to-5 job. It's a very
Right.
demanding job, so there's not a whole lot that I can do. And then I was really looking for someone else to take on that leadership role. And my concern going into, because we had to go through a primary, and the reason I went behind that was because I was concerned that the Democratic Party wouldn't be able to win the first selectman spot. And you know, I thought that we could do better. I think Cromwell can do better. You look at the taxes that you're paying and what you have to show for it. And then you look at what other towns have been able to do. Towns like Rocky Hill, Middletown, Glastonbury, West Hartford, Berlin. I mean, you know, name just about any town in the area, and you could see ways in which they've, you know, surpassed us. And,
Right.
and the level of services that they provide, and the cost of providing those services. And I really wanted someone to step up because I like Cromwell. I purchased my first home here, and I have no intention of moving. So I'm trying to do what I can to make a difference. And I decided that, you know, I'd be willing to put my career on hold to see what I could do. You know, come in there with a fresh perspective, you know, bring some business mentality to try to invigorate the process, bring efficiency where we've had only waste, and to see what kind of changes I can make. And if things don't work out, you know, I always have my career to fall back on. You know, there's still, you know, I'm just at the point in my career where I'm comfortable. I've achieved a lot of what I wanted to achieve, and I think I could go back into the private sector without missing a beat if that happened. But
Right.
I think this could work. I think we could really accomplish a lot here. So I want to give it at least a term to see what kind of work we could get done and see what we could accomplish.
Sure. That's solid. Some of these are tough questions. We know that.
I like it. I like, you know,
yeah,
we were talking about this before.
Right,
I want
sure.
to keep that debate style, even though I don't have anyone to debate, because unfortunately my opponent wasn't willing to
chicken down.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But yeah, you know, keep it. You know, if you ask any questions that you would expect
Sure.
in debate, and I'll certainly do my best to answer them.
Very good. Well.